Hey guys, how's it going? Let me fix this. Paint it myself. I wish. No, I'm kidding. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Um, yeah, today's video I was just gonna talk about something that's really close to my heart, and I couldn't sleep, so I thought I'd make a video to not combat that because I wouldn't be doing anything, but um, so there's this thing I've noticed for like movies, in Hollywood movies, and where they like Split. I think Split was one of those movies with what's his name? I can't remember that actor's name off the top of my head. Not Ewan McGregor, was it? No, was it him? Who had the shaved head. Um, where they depict people with mental illnesses like in a negative way. There's only like a few movies I can think of off the top of my head where they portray them in a good way. And the only movie I can think of right now has to be the one with the one where the guy was like a college professor and he had like not schizophrenia, I think schizophrenia. Actually, he thought like the government was after him, which I don't really blame him because back then, like in the 1960s and 50s, like there's like been things that have come out about the government since then, like experimenting on people and stuff, which is crazy, isn't it? Like, oh my god. But like, and oh, A Beautiful Mind. That's the name of it, A Beautiful Mind. That's like the only one I can. Well, he doesn't really portray him negatively because, like, spoiler alert, there's a part where he tries to, like, drown a kid or something, like a little baby. Um, but in the movie, it was, like, kind of, like, mixed. Like, it, like, depicted him as, like, a college professor, so it was kind of inspiring in a way, but then it was also sad because you see his, like, descent into kind of, like, madness and, like, paranoia and stuff like that. And um I'm trying to think of what else. Like, see, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't really, other than that, I can't really think of like any other. But I think it's important to talk out about it because it's something that I feel like, because there's this girl on here on YouTube that has dissociative identity disorder, or so she says. And I'm not gonna say these guys' names because they're really funny, but they rub me the wrong way. Um, from their videos, and it's that they don't think that she's like telling the truth about her illness. And it's like, I will say, like, some people, they do like lie about things. I can't speak for her if she's lying or not because I don't know her personally, and I think it's ridiculous to judge someone off of like one aspect of their lives because you're not like following them around all the time. But don't follow anyone around. Okay, that's not like a thing to say, to follow people around to like watch them and stuff. But you know what I'm saying? Like, don't like, you can't judge someone based on one aspect of their lives when you've only seen a chapter of their life. You don't know the whole story, so you can't really judge them. And I don't know if she personally has it, but she was talking about that there's like a stigma with it, and I think what she really means is there's a stigma about people with mental illness. Says even in the like 1900s, we had the mental asylums, and unfortunately, like, there was like some abuse that went on back then. So it's like, who really had the mental illness? Like, the most severe cases, I'd say it would be the abusers. And it's really sad that that happened. And like, I saw like a video where they talked about one doctor. He would like give people lobotomies without anesthetic, and it was like really like heartbreaking to hear things like that. That like the things that like people, seemingly like normal people, can, like, do to each other just because they're in power. It's like ridiculous, and it's really sad that we don't have a lot of like really good inspiring movies depicting people who have mental illnesses, who like, yeah, it affects your lives because it's mental illness, so it's always gonna be with you, but like, I wish we had more movies that would depict people who are like inspiring people who have mental illness, like who are like advocates, who like volunteer for like at soup kitchens and the poor and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like um this is kind of, I'm getting kind of like sad now because I knew a guy in high school. I didn't know him personally. I wasn't friends with him, and he wasn't in any of my classes. But I would see him in the hallway when I'd be walking, and I think he had that tick where you like say, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's the tick where you like say like kind of inappropriate things, like you like, kind of like shout them out. I don't remember the name of it right now. It's like really late, so my brain isn't like completely working, like functioning in the best way. But and it like just, and I think it's important too to like for people to be more accepting of other people, and like I wouldn't make fun of them or anything because like I feel like disabilities, like you shouldn't make fun of people who have any form of disability. Like his disabilities suck. Like it's not a death sentence, but it's kind of like it's not a walk in the park with anyone who has a disability. You know what I mean? Whether it's like, you know, like you have like a mental problems or issues that affect your life, or like anxiety issues or depression issues, or you have multiple personalities or multiple personality disorder, or I guess nowadays they call it dissociative like identity disorder. Anyways, I think it's important to for people to, because like sometimes I feel like we're all human, you know, and it's just sad that some people just because they will like see someone's disability and then that's like all they'll think about the person, but like they don't think like about like the other person's qualities, like oh they have a kind heart, they do this, they're not that selfish, they do that, they, you know what I'm saying. And I feel like it's really sad, and depression, it like can affect anyone, like whether you're rich or poor. Like I remember when like Robin Williams died, I was like shocked. Like I felt like I lost a part, not a part of someone in my family, but like not to that extent. But like I grew up like with Robin Williams. He was like one of my favorite comedians, and I also like respected and admired his confidence and the way he could like transform himself like into like making you feel comfortable, like just watching him go and like tell his jokes. And I was like amazed. I actually got to see him like in person once. I went to one of his shows because he came to Illinois, and I want to give him credit where credit is due. I think that's amazing that he did that. Like, cause like usually like famous people don't go to like really small towns, or like to like the Midwest where nothing's going on except cornfields practically. But like I have to give him credit for like for like actually like visiting like Illinois, because that was like amazing. Like because not much goes on in Illinois. Like I'm going crazy during this quarantine. I really am. I feel like a little bit, you know. But like anyways, well, like when he died, I was like shocked. I was like, oh my god. And at the time, like I had depression too, and I was like, well, I knew he had depression because I think he talked openly about it, like during an interview that I read about. But like I just didn't know like how bad it had gotten, and I think he had like another illness too. He had like that Lewy body dementia too, that affected his thinking, and he got kind of paranoid and stuff. And like I'm just like he's like to me he's like a success story with someone who has mental illness. He's someone who is like inspired. He's inspired so many people, and it's just amazing how like one person can change the world like that, or just America. Even then, it's like amazing. And he was so kind and everything. Like there's a story about him talking to Pink like during a concert, or no, like a award show, and she didn't win anything or something, and then he started like to making her feel better. He started saying jokes or something because they're sitting kind of close to, like near each other. I thought that was kind of cool. Um, so yeah, I watched one of Robin Williams' like more dramatic films recently, so that got me thinking about him too. And I got it was called The Final Cut, and it's like really like weird now like to see his films because it's like so eerie to watch some of him in his films. Like I grew up with like I loved Mrs. Doubtfire. I loved that. That was like one of my favorite movies like as a kid. And Jumanji was like I grew up like I had the game. So like when they came out with the movie I was like, "Oh my god," you know, cuz usually we don't really make like movies out of like games. Like don't make a movie out of Mousetrap cuz that would just be like a total mess. Like that would be a total mess. Anyways, so yeah, I just wanted to make a short video about my feelings about mental illness and how they're portrayed in the media. And I understand, like, in Hollywood, in the movie industry, everything's, like, dramatized to, like, another level. And it's just crazy, like, how that happens. And I understand that, like, on one part of it, but, like, on the other hand, it's like, you know, it's, like, 2020, like, we have, like, it's like I don't really see a lot of inspiring movies like recently. Like have you seen any recently? I don't really. It's usually just about like magic and like there's like a one about like a kid's dad died or something. Which why is the parents always die in those Disney movies? They're for little kids. Isn't that depressing for a little kid to watch? You know these things that you don't think about when you're younger when you're watching it, and then you're older and you're like, wait, that's weird. Why do like all the Disney films like have like one of their parents not isn't ever around? One of the parents is dead. One of the parents dies. Lion King, the dad's dad died or something, and it's like, oh my gosh, they cannot catch a break. And then they're named after their disabilities in Disney movies, and I noticed that's another trend, like Captain Hook, Scar, because he has like a scar on his face, and even though they're like bad guys, they're like named after their disability, and I thought that was kind of very superficial to do for even they're a villain, you know what I'm saying? Like it's very superficial to name someone like after their disability. And yeah, so I didn't want to make this video too long. I didn't want to bore you, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out right now. And while I was up and couldn't sleep, and because I had some caffeine later at night, oops, don't tell anyone. Well, oh well, now my mom knows. There's never mind. That just reminded me of like an ABBA song. Anyways, so yeah, what do you think? Have you seen any like movies lately where they portrayed someone who has mental illness, but like kind of in a more inspiring way? And what's your favorite Robin Williams film? I can't name any of them because like a lot of his films are really good. I haven't seen The Birdcage yet, but I heard it was very good. It's about a gay couple, and he plays like a gay man. I think I've seen Flubber, but I was so young I hardly remember it. And anyways, I don't want to get into something else, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have an awesome day.